Gilgeous-Alexander on the drive, pulls back, baseline, jumper's good! OKC with their first lead of the second half. Williams has been hot all night, falling away, got it! 40 points for Jaylen Williams. 28 remaining, Holmgren down the lane! A Holmgren hammer, and it's back up to a dozen.
This is Udart. You're listening to the Uncontested.
What is up, and welcome to the Uncontested Podcast, coming to you live on Sunday, November 30th, where the Thunder win another basketball game. It's just kind of what they do now, I guess. I'm your host for the evening, Jacob Niffen, with the full cast of characters tonight. We've got Nicholas Crane,
numero uno,
Justin Peabody,
hello, everybody,
Taylor Peterson,
Ayo,
and J.D. Silva.
hello.
We're brought to you by the Blue Wire Podcast Network and our friends over at Prairie Artisan Ales.
You guys are twinning.
Do we have the same beer?
S-Twins.
Wow.
S-Twins. I think mine was better.
Yeah.
Your volume's just up in your headphones.
Fair enough.
Make sure to head over to Prairie or to your local liquor store and snag some Prairie beer. Support the folks that support the podcast. Drink some beer while you do it.
Can't lose.
I don't have anything else to plug for Prairie right now, but we'll play trivia later. You can also join the Patreon, the Uncontested Patreon, if you'd like. There's a QR code in the top left corner of the screen. Also, you can. Taylor always points the wrong way, and then
Taylor, what are you doing?
And it cracks me
What?
up.
It worked for me on my screen.
No, you're pointing the wrong
Makes
direction.
you wonder
Bro.
how your
Oh
screen's
my
set up.
gosh.
That could explain so much.
Yeah. You can also find the link for the Patreon in the podcast description. Gives you access to our Discord, which is always a fun place to hang out. You can also buy our merch as the holiday season approaches. If you need a unique piece of Thunder merch for that Thunder fan in your life, or you're putting together your little wish list for Santa Claus. Santa Claus also shops at Cotton Bureau. So head up to cottonbureau.com, search the Uncontested. You can find all of Justin's wonderful designs there. Get you a cool shirt or a hat or a sweatshirt or...
You rocking the hoodie tonight? Is that a... Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Of course I do. So you can get all that at cottonbureau.com. We'll include the link to that in the show description as well. I think that's all that I need to plug. I think. Is there anything I'm missing?
I don't think so.
Nope.
All right. Thank you for that. All right. The Thunder played a basketball game tonight against the Portland Trailblazers, where they won 123-115. Did give up 36 to Portland in the second quarter and 32 in the third quarter. After a pretty stout defensive performance in the first quarter. Story of the game is this game was a free throw contest. Denny Avdia versus everybody else. Denny Avdia loses. Dude shot 23 free throw attempts. His team shot 37. Nobody else shot more than 4. He shot 23. Shai shot 12. So Denny shot twice as many free throws as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Just a crazy, crazy number.
I'll say this in his defense: the type of
As
player,
his doppelganger.
the type of player who should be drawing a high volume of fouls. And I'm not saying that anybody should be getting 23 free throws a night. But Denny kind of is that guy. Like, he plays a style where when he drives through you. And if you're going to slow him down or stop him, you're going to have to foul him. So I have no problem with like a heavy whistle for Denny. The question just becomes, why doesn't the team that collectively schemes their offense around heavy drives and playing through people not get the same whistle? Like 17th in the league in free throw attempts. That's my big thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was, it just mucked up the game. The flow was awful. It was a rough watch.
Yes.
This afternoon
specifically.
It was
brutal.
My son was sitting next to me watching the second half.
Silva?
Yes. My adult son, Jacob Silva. And he was sitting there and he goes, I feel like all they're doing is shooting free throws. It's like, well, you're not wrong. There was no rhythm to the game. It was just whistle on one end, whistle on the other, over and over until the time ran out. It wasn't an enjoyable watch. The fouls were inconsistently called. They were ticky-tack most of the time. Like Kenny Hustle getting whistled 94 feet from the basket when they're in the bonus is just a baffling decision. And that just kind of was how it went.
And Justin, the biggest run for OKC in the game was that fourth quarter, the start of the fourth, where I think they rattled off, was it 8 straight points, 8-0 run, not steals and deflections, because no fouls were called.
Yep.
Now, on the other side, you have Jeff Holmgren fouling out. Very questionable calls, but Mark challenged one of those calls in the first half, didn't have his challenge anymore. And there was at least 2, if not 3 questionable foul calls on Chet in that second half that took him out of the game when I thought he was playing pretty well. So just really frustrating from that same point. It's not like the game was called lopsided. We talked a lot about Denny. In that case, yes, it was. But, I mean, the Thunder shot 32 free throws to the Blazers 37, and they only had 7 more fouls. And, like, we've heard a lot already this season about the refs starting to call more fouls because teams, again, it's a copycat league. Like, they've focused on this fast-paced transition offense and this defense that goes out and just plays aggressive, trying to mimic the Pacers and the Thunders that had success with that last season. And because of that, we're seeing more points, more free throws, but this was just like, it took it to a whole new level. So it's obviously something that I think is a focus of the league, something to keep an eye on moving forward, but it shouldn't be this blatant.
No, it was a really bad watch. It made me Google the Heat game from 2 seasons ago. That was on national. It was when the Thunder were a handful of national TV games a year or less than that. And they played the Heat on ESPN, and the Heat shot 40 free throws, and Jimmy Butler had 23, and he made all 23 of them.
Yuck.
That's what this reminded me of. And this type of game where the refs just kind of ruin it, for lack of a better term, that doesn't happen too often anymore. But this was a bad one. A
ref show.
Overcorrected. Yeah.
Do you guys feel this? I guess next kind of thing top of mind for me. We knew Isaiah Hartenstein was incredibly important for this team. Taylor and I have a buddy who was texting us during the game. He's a big iHeart guy. He is so much an iHeart guy that he says let Dub go, not iHeart go.
He's anti-Dub.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, I think he makes a good point though. The Thunder has struggled significantly this year. Maybe it's just who they matched up against whenever he's been out these last few games. But like every game since iHeart went down has not been a blowout. And is that randomness, or is there a this
correlation?
Team's ability to dominate teams starts with Isaiah Hartenstein setting the tone on the interior? Like, is there something there?
I mean, Isaiah Hartenstein's a really good basketball player, so having him on the floor helps. Versus
totally.
not having
like
him on the floor.
We've seen them without Dub for 18 games.
Do I think the discrepancy is as big as it's been the past couple of games? Like, do I think Hart has that big of an impact on this team? No. But is there some of that there? Yes. I don't think it's binary. I don't think it's black or white.
Sure,
yes or
totally.
no. I do think he is very important. I was kind of worried about this game from the Donovan Clingan aspect, just having this mammoth of a human in there until he got ruled out. So I think would have been interesting to see the Thunder have to play like a very, very large center with no Hart. And I also just think it changes up the flow of the game in the sense that you don't have 2 bigs out there. And even though Dub is really, really good, you're reincorporating a guy who hasn't played yet this season, and that kind of throws the rhythm off of everything. I think there's lots of little ingredients that go into that, not just the iHeart piece. But I think the iHeart piece is probably a core ingredient in that concoction.
That's what I was going to say too, Jacob. And it's hard to evaluate in a silo because you can't isolate that as a variable. The reintegration of J-Dub today, you had Aaron Wiggins coming back. You've had AJ in and out. There's been a lot of other pieces in addition to Hartenstein recently, that have not been consistent. So it makes it a little tough to evaluate. That said, exactly what you were getting at, Jacob, I think Hart is massively valuable. I think that what he opens up for Chet on both ends of the floor is massively valuable. I think his benefit as a connector and initiating the offense and facilitating open looks for everyone on the floor is massively valuable. But I think that depending on how long Hart is out, you'll get used to it.
The
right?
Thunder will adjust, just without J-Dub.
Exactly. Yep. Just like they did without Dub. They had 18 games without Dub to figure out what playing without Dub looked like. Hopefully they're not without Hart for 18 games, but however long he's out, I think they'll get better at it.
What injury does he have? I don't think we've said that on this.
Soleus?
Is that calf
strain?
I think it's calf.
Yeah.
10 to 14 days, right?
JD, can we see your soleus?
Reevaluation in 10 to 14 days. I think we, at this stage, should know that does not mean he's coming back.
Correct.
I think it's closer to Christmas, to be honest.
Chat bringing up a good point. Also, no Caruso tonight, which changes up that bench lineup.
That's a
pretty
great point.
Significantly. I know Caruso doesn't play a ton of minutes, but the minutes he does play are pretty impactful minutes.
Yep.
He's kind of like a tornado. He's not on the ground for long, but when he's out there, he's going to wreck some stuff.
Wow.
He's the spark plug. And especially when you have Kaysen in the starting lineup, we saw how impactful it was during the playoffs, having both him and Kaysen coming off the bench at the same time for the Thunder. At least having one of them helps that bench tremendously. And we saw that tonight. But you guys nailed it. I think specifically for iHeart, the screening, playmaking from the high post, and the interior presence on both ends of the floor, which frees up Chet, to Justin's point, is what's really missed. And again, like you just become accustomed. Think back to the playoffs when we were having a very different conversation about the double big lineup, how they should go to the single big lineup with just Chet because it's more effective. Should they be starting the double big lineup? And they went through that style of play and a continuation into this season playing the double bigs, and I found a lot of success. A lot of that due to iHeart and Chet and their improved chemistry, so many different things. But there is something to be said to what Jacob mentioned, and just playing that style of basketball, even if it's a similar style. We talked about Thunder having a plug and play system where you can bring in players and play similar defensive styles and offensive styles, transition basketball. It's still different when you're playing iHeart and Chet versus Kenrich Williams as your sole five, like we saw some tonight. And so I think you guys nailed it with iHeart. That does lead me to another topic, though, that I think we should discuss. Obviously, we'll get into J-Dub later in the podcast, but it wasn't the starting five from this game, Kaysen Wallace, Lou Dort, Shai, Chet, and Dub, who finished the game. It was A.J. Mitchell. With basically everybody back except iHeart, A.J. Mitchell closed the game. I thought he played incredibly well. And, we talked so much about Dub coming back. How does that look like in the second unit lineups when Shai sits? How does Dub and AJ look together? Since Shai and AJ have looked so good together, we saw all three tonight. So I'm curious your all's thoughts on AJ and specifically that fourth quarter lineup we saw with all three of them on the court.
Not all at once.
AJ was great. Next question.
I think he's a different type of playmaker than this team has had in the past. I still, maybe not to answer your question, but maybe something I want to see more from him is like pure point guard. Like scoring is easy for him. Like in college, he played point guard too, but he was a score first kind of guy. As shot volume gets squeezed with players coming back from injury, like Wiggins is a big one as well. That's going to take up some shots. He's a great defender. I think he at this point has some gravity where opposing teams, he's on the scouting report, you can't leave him open. That's valuable in itself. But if AJ Mitchell gets 6 shots on a given night, his greatest value is going to be as a playmaker for others, and we've seen flashes of that. I think we still need to see more of it more consistently, because it's easy to play make when you're hot and guys are doubling you, or you're in a rhythm and your primary defender's overplaying. Like it opens up others. Like whenever you're not in that mode, can you just be a point guard?
I think that is it's interesting, and I think you'll get more. I'm interested to see more of that with Dub back, like more of those lineups.
You have to.
You're gonna have to. Letting Dub play off ball, letting AJ run the point as more of a pure point. Like you don't necessarily, with Dub on the floor, you don't necessarily want AJ playing the exact same role that he has been for the last month. He could, but I don't know that that's the best use of having Dub on the floor. So I'm interested to see more of that. We obviously have not gotten to see a ton of it yet. Dub has not been playing normal minutes. He's not, obviously all the way back yet. But as this progresses, I do think you'll get to see more of that, and I'm interested to see what that looks like with the two of them together and how those roles shift, how they can play off each other. Because I think if you can use AJ's scoring ability to keep the defense honest, to your point, Nick, then you can start to use that extra pressure to open things up for other guys, which should open things up for Dub specifically to get some downhill lanes to the basket, which I got to say, I've missed watching Dub drive to the basket, and we got to see a handful of those today, and it was beautiful. He's so aggressive getting to the rim. Even though he's not 100% back, he can still drive.
I missed him dunking and screaming afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah. Really doing much of that when he was done. Yeah, I really loved watching AJ and Jada play off of each other last season. Obviously, it was a lesser version of AJ at that point. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that dynamic kind of evolves here. Right now, it feels a little clunky because J-Dub's not all the way back. So we'll kind of see how that evolves as the season goes on. But AJ Mitchell does seem pretty like adaptable. Like he's been able to play off Shai, I think, pretty well without much issue. AJ's been a better shooter than I thought he was. He did have a pretty nasty air ball late in the game. But he came back on like the next possession or two possessions later and hit a three. So he's not that's not weighing on him too much.
Yep.
I think that coaching staff just like trusts AJ to do the right thing out there. And he was much needed tonight when the offense was struggling, part because of refs, part because Portland is a really good defensive team, especially on SGA, who this game was on at a weird time. It was like 5 p.m. Central. So I was like cooking dinner when the game was on. And I was like, every time I would look over, it'd be Danny Avdia shooting free throws. And like SGA didn't crack the 20-point mark until pretty late into the
very end of the game.
He got in with about 6 minutes left.
Okay.
TP got that jinx in on Twitter.
Yeah.
He said, I don't think it's going to happen. I almost responded, you know darn well it's going to happen.
It's my superpower.
Yeah.
JD, you say that Shai struggled, which it kind of felt that way. Shoots over 50% from the floor, 10 of 12 from the free throw line, 26, 4 and 5. Did have 3 turnovers, which is pretty uncharacteristic for him.
Can we talk about the Shai end of game takeover moments this season? Like,
yeah,
he'd win clutch player of the year if he got to play in any clutch minutes.
Well, he leads the league in clutch points, despite not playing all that many clutch minutes. His clutch number is inflated because of the 2 overtime games early in the season.
But he's also set out half of his fourth quarter.
Totally.
Played in.
Yeah. He leads the league in clutch points, which is remarkable. His turnovers in the clutch are almost nothing. What I'm interested to hear your take on is, in years past, he's been very vocal that late in games, he intentionally will be passive or let others do their thing to give them more reps to be able to do that in the future when they're called upon. Not that he's being a ball hog in the clutch now, but I've seen a pretty stark difference in Shai's desire and willingness to just say, I'm going to go do this. Like, do you guys think that's a function of the title's been won, now we can actually go out and like these guys are already well equipped to do it? Or is that a function of just Shai's actually trying to win regular season game? Like what has changed? Because this is different than last year.
It is. He's a dog and he can do whatever he wants and you can't stop him. The 3 against Phoenix, or he just starts screaming. I was like, I haven't seen this dude.
That gave me flashbacks to the I'm him moment in LA. Like since that moment, I felt like Shai is like even keeled all the time, and that was the first time it was like, oh, he's back.
He was going at it in the home Portland game. Whenever he had like 20 in the first quarter, and was just absolutely cooking Kamara.
Yes.
Like he was on the ground, like flexing and screaming. Like he's got a different attitude to him, Nick. It's like it's not just the I'm gonna score in the clutch. He's just the dog is now barking. The dog was always mean and was gonna bite the hell out of you. The dog is barking a lot now too, though.
And I know it's
I've
Dylan,
seen
but like that Dylan Brooks
Oh,
chirp
yeah.
against
That clip
Phoenix
was
was
good.
like
was big time.
Like
Made you turn your head.
That was different.
I'm curious if you guys have noticed this, like especially on replays after the Thunder will tweet out again. This is coming alongside him hitting his 3-point shot at a much higher level so far this season, but he's been chirping at courtside fans even a little bit, and a lot of that's in good fun. Like last year, we saw him do that. Actually, it was targeted towards like his family who's sitting courtside or his trainer or whoever it may be. I think it was actually the Clippers game that I noticed this, and again, I couldn't tell who it was, but obviously
The Clippers
Chris Paul's
game was
over
Chris
there.
Paul's son.
Yeah, it's got to
So it
be
was
right.
like fun.
It's got to be CP Jr.
Awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
But
it was
he's
Chris
been doing
Paul's
it
son.
more and more
Chris
often,
Paul's brother.
which is crazy.
I just think
I
think
love to
his
see it.
mentality's just changed after winning a championship, where he just feels like he was so committed to the bit last year of like one game at a time. We haven't won anything until we win it all, and now he's admitted like we didn't play our best basketball, and that combined with winning the championship and winning all the possible accolades he could win, I just think he's a different, more vocal Shai.
I think that's some of it, but I also think he's just become he's the best scorer in the league right now. I'm not saying best player, but
And
the
I think
best pure scorer, and he knows it. He's become unstoppable. And I think some of the slow starts, Justin, like this might be what you're getting into. But one of you guys mentioned kind of the, him not picking up until the fourth quarter. We saw this some last year, but Shai has become so unstoppable that he knows when the team needs it, he can just go ISO and get his shot, draw a foul, and oftentimes it's an and one, which is absolutely absurd. More times often than not. I think he is trying to integrate the J-Dubs back into the lineup, trying to make certain lineups work because he's seeing what Mark's trying to accomplish. He understands, like he said 2 seasons ago when they lost to the Mavericks for winning the championship last year, that he needs to be able to rely on the depth of this team and get others involved. I think the regular season, we see him kind of making an emphasis to start games like that. And then when it comes down to the clutch, like Nick mentioned, they need Shai. Nothing else is going right. He's like, all right, it's my time to shine.
I think I got a sense of it from watching the Starting Five documentary, because last year he didn't do much talking on the court. He didn't say much in post-game interviews, but you got to see a peek behind the curtain a little bit in that Starting Five, the clip of saying, I'm not going to say I'm impossible to stop, but I'm really, 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 really hard to guard. That I feel like was a side of Shai that you don't see much, and I feel like we're seeing more of it out in the public. Maybe it's because, I'm not saying it's because of Starting Five specifically, but it's out there, right? But it has felt like he was almost overcorrecting from kind of who he was the first couple years on the Thunder when, like I said, the Lakers game, he would chirp a little bit. And I think he said, if I'm remembering correctly, he said something about Chris Paul having an influence on that, and the way that he acted, like in a, when he hit a big shot late in the game. But like you said, like he's the MVP, he's the defending world champ. Who's going to tell him no?
The Starting Five clip, I know it was at some time early in the morning after winning the championship, so he was definitely extra loose-lipped. But the clip when he's getting in the car, and I forget the exact verbiage, where he's like, we're the best, we're not going anywhere, good luck. Like that side of Shai, again, circumstance very different than like 3 p.m. on a Tuesday Shai. That was a different side.
And he should not apologize. He should not apologize. He never said anything like that.
He turns around 19 or 20-1 right after. Like, no.
21. That's insane.
Yeah, we'll get that. We'll get to that in a second.
We do have a super chat from our guy, the Wolverine, who says, I love it. I think it pumps up the team seeing their leader acting like that. Also, what do you guys think of the new thing he does after hitting a 3?
Is the new thing he does cocking a gun?
Yeah.
Yep. And
They can't have those in
team
Canada, so he's getting them in while he's in the States.
John
and his
Moran is somewhere
teammates
seething.
are doing the same thing on the bench. There's a
Yeah, they do a good job of like always mimicking the two things I love about the bench. Whatever a guy's 3-point celebration is, they'll all mimic it when he hits a 3 in the game.
Yep.
And then the thumbs up, thumbs down rating on dunks is so much fun. I love it.
Good.
I love that anytime I see a tweet or a TikTok of Shai, of someone saying, wow, look at Shai's new celebration. It's so cool. There's always several replies of saying, if Jaw did this, he'd be suspended for 30 games. Like, oh, sorry, dude. He was on camera with a gun.
And the jaw clips, he was like shooting them at the opposing team's bench when he was doing the celebration. Like that's very different than
I still want Jaw to like
your...
hit a 3, sit down, flip the panel open, type in the code, and hit the nuke launch button.
He had the grenade celebration last year. You know,
Start
that one
calling
was
on the
wild.
ground doing the claymore.
Do some of those old Modern Warfare 2 tricks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Two things I've noticed about Shai while we're on this topic. The playmaking is a legit jump.
Oh yeah.
The understanding of the floor. Last year it was I can get to my spot however I want, and then I can make the shot. Now it's my process to get to my spot is going to manipulate the defense in this way to get the shot over here open. And he knows how to do that now at a level that's kind of scary. Also, I feel like teams are hunting him on defense. I feel like teams want the Shai switch. I don't think Shai's a bad defender. I think that's the product of having 4 all NBA defenders next to him, that you have to go for the weakest link somewhere. But those are two things I've noticed. Did want to mention 27 games in, Shai is averaging 32.5 points.
How many games?
Games played 21. Did I say 27? I meant that was his age. I'm sorry.
Okay.
21 games played, averaging 33.5 points on 55, 41, 89 splits.
That's crazy.
We're almost at the 50, 40, 90.
Yeah.
5 rebounds, 6.5 assists, 1.5 steals per game.
Pretty good.
Very good.
32.5 on
Amazing.
50, 40, 90. Better than 50, 40, 90. He's just got to get those free throws up just a tad.
Yep.
Pretty impressive stuff. I think at this point we transition to talking about another guy. I did want to mention Chet. I thought Chet was great tonight. 9 of 15, 3 blocks. Did foul out, but a game high plus 14. But Jaylen Williams, the return of J-Dub tonight. J-Dub had 16 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 blocks. 7 of 18 from the floor. And I got to say, 3 pretty blatantly like smoked layups, where if he hits those 3, he's 10 of 18 for 22, 8, 5, and 3, which is a really, really impressive line. Still finding the rhythm, still getting it back. But Nick, what have you thought about Dub in these first 2 games since his return?
Oh, rusty. And he'd admit that too. That's not like ragging on the guy. There's been like the funniest part is there's times where like the game flow is what's hardest for him to pick up on. Like he'll make a shot or like someone will miss and it's time to go in transition. You can tell he's like he kind of like does like kind of a hop step like, hey, where do I go now? It's different. Like you don't play the game for that long. Everyone talks about he hasn't played in 18 games. It's like, no, he hadn't played since like last June. Like it's different. He didn't play any pickup over the summer. Didn't have any training camp. Like it's been a long time. But the impact is still there. Like the guy could never take a shot and still be the top 5 most important player on this team with his defense and passing. And he's really dang good. And the lines haven't been great to start the year relative to his standards of like all NBA caliber, but they'll come.
I think the playmaking has been impressive to me, and how quickly he's gotten back to like the defense. The blocks tonight were awesome. The athleticism is there. There were a couple plays in that Phoenix game where he was just being an absolute dog on the ball, where it's like when they all lock in, it's kind of like, you remember when the Power Rangers would all 5 come together and build the big old like
Megazord.
Megazord.
Yeah, Megazord.
whenever they all five lock in defensively like that and create the Megazord, there's
Is that a
nothing like,
shirt idea?
It's a great
could
shirt
be.
idea.
Yeah.
But like, do you guys remember that? I can't remember when it was in the Phoenix game, but like he got out and pressured the ball really hard on the I think it was the Gillespie kid out near midcourt.
Kid?
Yeah,
Brother's like 26. He's been in the league for a little bit.
he's a child. And then he
was
threw it
good.
over to I think Dylan Brooks, and Shai was like all over him, and they forced a turnover and got out and ran. It's like whenever they can ball pressure like that,
They just shut the water off.
there's nothing. Yeah, it's like you haven't paid the bill in 3 months, buddy.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we saw to start the fourth quarter, where the Thunder finally went on a run.
Yeah, still hit ahead, steal, hit ahead, steal, hit ahead, timeout.
The defenses stood out to me also, Jacob. Like we saw that, I think in the second, or I think it was the third quarter, late in the third, where he was able to poke the ball away. It went out of bounds. He didn't get credited with the turnover, but he just has so many of those deflections, the on-ball pressure, which creates so many opportunities for this team to be able to get back out and transition. Like that's what the Thunder have really missed. And then we see flashes on the other end of him driving to the rim like we did tonight, where he has those just like J-Dub patented finishes off the backboard that have been so missed. When the Thunder don't have much going on, he's just able to get to the rim at will. I think with J-Dub, I'm sensing a lot, like you said, Nick, there's obviously some rust. Like he's not even attempting many threes. Honestly, I need to pull that up. I'm not sure, maybe one or two that I can remember off the top of my head. But I definitely sense him coming back into this team, not wanting to step on toes, right? Like he can obviously get to the rim and create his shot when he needs to, when he wants to. But he knows this team is gelling so well, playing a style of basketball. Like they talked about it last year. I can't remember who it was. There was a couple different players who talked about this, like not wanting to step on toes, trying to fit within the flow of the offense, within the flow of the team. J-Dub's going to get more and more comfortable. I think you know that earlier, Justin, even without iHeart, they're going to adjust to a new style of play and probably be close to as dominant, if not as dominant. Not concerned at all, but it's going to be a little bit of a process. It's not just seamless.
Yeah. The only comment I have there, and I know we need to move on, like stepping on toes maybe a little bit. I think it's more players at the NBA level, when they play basketball, they don't think because it's second nature. When you're coming off an injury like this and you're probably still a little bit immobile with the right wrist, you have to think when you're playing. It's like, can I do this move that I've always done? Or like, am I incapable right now until I get back in the flow? And then all of a sudden you start thinking as a basketball player when your entire life you haven't had to really think, or at least like in recent history. That's
slows
just
you
hard.
down.
That's just really hard.
Yeah.
He's attempted 1-3, and he made it.
Hey,
The playmaking's been awesome though. He had a midi tonight, little off the dribble midi, and then late in the game, AJ Mitchell hits a little ISO off the dribble midi right after Shai had hit one.
That was sick.
They're gonna have three little midi masters on this team. I don't know. It feels
The
like
midi
that.
committee.
Midi Masters.
Oh my
Midi
gosh,
committee.
Justin!
the itty
T-shirt.
bitty MIDI committee. Let's go.
The Oklahoma City itty bitty midi committee.
Oklahoma MIDI.
Bus.
I love it. I
Wow.
love it all.
That's perfect.
Incredible. Happy Dub is back. Hey,
Very
the reverse oop in the Phoenix game.
That was
Hearts
sick.
reverse oop.
No Dubs. Kaysen
Dubs?
threw it up
I
to
don't
Dub on
remember
that
that.
baseline cut, and he caught it and like threw it down backwards. Sick.
Yeah, iHeart had one
Kind of
too.
sideways, yeah.
Sideways,
yeah,
reverse.
yeah.
You know what?
Whatever.
We're not
Don't
keeping-
matter. Thunder and 4.
We're not measuring if it was a 180 or a 360 or a whatever. It was Nick. It was cool. Okay.
It was neat.
It was neat.
Got a thumbs up. Yeah. Good to have him back.
JD, I think it's been a couple Sundays since you've been on, and we haven't had sounders. Can we just get like 2 or 3 before we go to trivia?
This one feels Thanksgiving related.
The sauce is gravy.
Oh,
I don't know what that was.
I don't remember
What?
that one. Yeah.
That I know exactly what
that sounds
was.
AI generated.
Yeah,
That was Quick Trip Pizza Talk.
you're right.
Oh, great call. Great
That
pull.
shit is gas.
Great
bro.
pull.
Yes, and then this one is also relevant.
This cup
means
something to me, man. Wow,
Uh,
forgot about that.
it's a good one. One more.
Okay, let's see. What do we have? What do we have?
My preference is to be taxidermied when I die.
It's one of my favorites.
Played that one in a while.
All time. All
It's a
time.
good one. Justin, we got some trivia.
We do have some trivia. Prairie Trivia, brought to you by Prairie Artisan Ales. Go check them out for all your beer needs. You can play Prairie Trivia every Sunday afternoon. And when you're there, you can get some of their new Prairie Christmas Ale. It's a holiday ale with, quote, spices. And according to their Instagram post, it says, I asked the brewers which spices, and they said the Christmassy ones, you idiot. So go
Fair
check it
enough.
out. It sounds Christmassy and delightful. 3 questions tonight about a lot of things that we've talked about tonight. So that's fun.
Ooh.
The first one, given that Oklahoma City just played another clutch game, Nick shared this stat initially. Oklahoma City in clutch time has now 3 turnovers in 51 minutes of clutch time.
Wow.
That equates to 0.06 turnovers per minute,
Wow.
which is the best in the NBA.
No.
Which it's actually tied with the Brooklyn Nets, ironically.
Very ironic.
Which
They
team?
played 1 clutch minute.
No, it's like I don't have it open anymore. It was like 15, something like that. Which team has the worst turnovers per minute in clutch time? Who is 30th
Oh,
in the NBA in turnovers in the clutch? Nick with the quickness. Nick says the Clippers. Jacob says the Kangs.
I have a backup
Silva
option,
says the
too.
Lakers.
And I'll go with the Bucks.
Bucks. What did you just do? Are you
Oh,
putting
he
2
just
answers
changed it to
down?
Milwaukee. Cheater.
No,
He
that's
liked
not-
my
that's
answer.
Minnesota, buddy.
Minnesota, buddy.
Oh, I can't. Looked like a MW.
The committee does not honor second guesses. However, your second guess was correct. It is the Minnesota Timberwolves who have had 18 turnovers in 30 minutes of clutch time.
No, they lose games because free throws, Justin. That's why they lose
right.
games, right?
Sorry, Mr. Finch.
Mentally weak.
Ass.
Mentally weak.
Mentally weak.
0.6 turnovers per minute in the clutch. That's
Wow.
bad. 1 turnover less than every 2 minutes is bad.
Yeah.
It's very bad. The Mavericks the other night it was the
They
Clippers.
played the most clutch minutes.
Yeah. The Clippers the other night. Brutal. So
Yeah.
your first guess was a valid choice.
Yep.
Next question. OKC currently has a 103.4 D rating. The gap between them and second place is the same as the gap between second and what place? Nick says 23rd. Jacob says 21st. Silva says 18th. And Taylor says 20th. The gap between Oklahoma City and second place, which is Houston, is 6.9 points.
Very nice.
6.5 points worse than Houston is the Chicago Bulls at 23rd.
Ooh.
Also,
it was Detroit, so I guess Detroit and Houston are pretty close on defensive rating.
It was.
It was Dallas at one point, too.
And Miami was right there as well.
Okay.
I first looked this question up this afternoon, and then I looked it up again right before the show, and it had changed from
Okay.
Miami to Houston. Houston was slightly better now, but still. The
Will
second
anybody
and 23rd
anybody
is nuts.
overtake OKC?
No,
No way.
Will
What are you
anybody
talking
get
about?
will anybody get within 4 points?
No.
maybe.
Yeah, there's a chance.
I mean,
I'd still go
6.9 to 4 is not as crazy. I still lean no, but
no. I'm leaning no.
In a basketball game that generally will have between 110 and 135 possessions, that is a stupid. Even 4 would be a stupid number.
Mhm.
Correct. All right, question number 3. Let's see if Nick can go for the semi-perfect game. How many Thunder players are currently in the top 10 in plus minus per game on the season? I'm capping it at a minimum of 10 games played because it gets wacky if you go below that. Nick with the quickness again says 7. Silva says 4. Jacob says 4. And Taylor
I say 6.
says 6. In first place, we have Shai at plus 13.4.
Checks out.
In third place, we have Alex Caruso at plus 11.3. In seventh place, we have Chet Holmgren at plus 10.5. And in ninth place, we have Aaron Wiggins at plus 9.9.
Well done.
You also have Kaysen Wallace at 12, AJ Mitchell at 13, Isaiah Hartenstein at 14. This was another one that changed from when I first looked this up before today's game, because today's game hurt everybody's plus minus. It was 5 when I looked it up before the Portland game. Wiggins was not included because he had only played 9 games. Today was his 10th, so he met the threshold. But Queso was also in there, as well as AJ. And then Lou Dort and Isaiah Joe were just outside the top 10, and they fell further because of today's game. But still ridiculous, right? Like, out of the top 10, 4 are from Oklahoma City, with 7 in the top 15.
Silva, can we get
There's
my plus minus sounder?
Plus minus is basically a team stat.
Thank you.
The loogie at the end is crazy.
Good team. It checks out. It's a good team.
It's a good team. The numbers back it up. I was going to do, this is a trivia side quest. I really, really, really am curious, but it seems too hard to actually look up. When was the last time the Thunder had no one on the injury report?
Ooh.
My best guess was the 24 playoffs.
No.
They've
had guys with season-ending injuries for 3-4
Right.
That's what it
years.
feels like. Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean.
The last time you said there was a clean injury report?
Yeah. Who was hurt in 24?
Topic?
I thought that was last year. Well, like, yeah.
Oh, 23-24
Correct.
season.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like the Mavericks playoff series in the
Oh.
Western Conference semifinals. That was my best guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There was somebody. Not that it matters, but I think there was somebody.
I couldn't remember.
Year before was Chet.
Right.
There is
Someone in the chat saying October 17th, 2022.
If that's right, shout out to you. I have no way to verify.
That would have been opening night of 2022.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to HG Organican Pro.
Jeez. Trivial. Yeah, that's nice.
Wild. So anyway, it's been a long time is the takeaway. I'm looking forward to that day once again, if it shall ever come.
Well, it won't be this season, buddy.
Nope. No, it will not.
Dave in the chat dropping some medical knowledge.
Oh,
Shout out, Dave. Have no clue what those words mean.
it was a lot of words about the soleus.
Either Dave is a doctor or Dave just copy and pasted Google AI
Wow.
summary. Which
It's
one do you
called
think it
Gemini,
is?
buddy.
Gemini. Which one do you think it is?
I think Dave knows this stuff. I mean,
I
that's
think
like.
Doctor.
you're
I'm
thinking
going to
like-
start calling him Dr. Dave.
Did you ever
Dave.
take sports med in high school?
No.
No.
I took graphic design, buddy.
Well, that worked out for you, didn't it?
For
Design
the
fashion.
listeners, what Dave said, the soleus is the muscle of the calf covered deep. The muscle you can touch directly is the gastrocnemius muscle. The soleus is under that.
What about the luneus?
Okay.
Boom.
Boo.
Dad joke.
Oh.
And a bad joke.
All right, let's do a new segment we've been trying out called crap, what is it called?
Wow.
Confidence meter.
Nailed it.
Question before we do the confidence meter.
Dave's a doctor. That's sick.
Dr. Dave.
I didn't know
Dr.
that.
Dave. Dave, what are
go.
you a doctor of?
Pepper.
We need to know your official title, please.
Dr. Pepper.
So confidence meter, do we want to keep going with the 1 through 10? Which I feel like when we do 1 through 10, almost every answer is like a 6. Or do we want to do confidence meter, but it's 1 through 4? That way you're always like picking a side, basically. It's like
1 through
confident, very confident,
1 through- that's what I
non-confident,
was
very
thinking.
But then
non-confident.
everyone's going to pick a 3.
5. No,
Yeah, you
I
will.
don't think so.
3.5.
Okay.
You guys want to do 1 through 10 or 1 through 4?
Taylor will literally do like 3.36
And the reason is,
points per possession and half court opportunities in which one player.
look
is
at the
Oh, I
LeBron.
forgot. Last time we did this segment, we had a bunch of people submit suggestions for the segment name.
Why don't we
Because
just
they're starting to put them in the chat again.
1 through 4? Let's just give it a little test
do
drive. H2 Organic and Pro says splash or ass meter.
Why don't you read Smoots?
Trusted or busted?
Wow.
So the confidence meter, 1 through
Taylor's always
4.
busting it.
I will give you a statement, and then you guys tell me what your confidence is in that statement. You ready?
Yeah.
Awesome.
1 through 4, right?
1 through 4.
Okay, just double checking.
Do you want me to ask you guys individually, or am I just asking the group?
Group.
Why is there so many rules?
so
know.
many questions.
It's like I'm a teacher, and I have to like structure everything so the 16-year-olds will know what to do.
Wow. That's us.
That's
Statement
us.
number 1. Thunder get to 30 wins before 3 losses. Currently 20-1. They get to 30 wins before 3 losses.
4. I'm a 4, baby.
I heard someone's stomach or throat.
I know. we all started laughing.
That's awesome.
Speaking of stomachs, Dave is a gastroenterologist. He
that.
takes care of the stomach, intestines, and
Wow.
liver. So whoever's
That's
stomach
awesome.
and whatever
that noise
just makes
was just
noise,
for Dave.
Yep. Dave,
hit up Dave.
Dave,
Taylor's liver needs a check.
Nick and I's both.
I'm going 4.
4.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
You would.
You would.
Justin, you said I was going to go 3 every time.
Yeah,
You just didn't
you
know
are.
which scale.
Whatever.
I'm going 4.
2.5.
This team is dominant. And looking at the schedule ahead, too, like, it's very doable.
So we're all thinking, besides Nick, 10 wins before 2 losses, basically, is what that one is.
Yes.
Yeah. Statement number 2 for your confidence meter. J-Dub stays at second on the team in minutes per game for the rest of the season. He's currently second on the team in minutes per game right now. Small
4.
sample size.
4.
4.
4.
Yeah. All
Smashing that
fours.
4. Yeah. It has to be, right?
Okay. I love it.
Steph Curry meme.
Next one. This is going much quicker than I thought.
Well, that I don't know. I don't see any world where he's not.
Yeah, even if late in the season you're like load managing, he's just not going to play, which won't impact his minutes per game.
Yep.
All right, next one. Confidence meter on SGA ending the season 50, 40, 90. As I mentioned earlier, he's at 54, 41, 89 right now. So that he's got to continue the field goal and the 3-point shooting. That could actually dip a little bit, but the free throws have to go up just a hair.
Numero dos.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, I'm going 1.
1.
I'm at a 2. Because I'm a little concerned more so about the 3-point shooting. If he can keep this up at that clip.
I just think there's no. I think he has improved as a shooter, but if he ends the season shooting over 40% from 3, taking the types of threes he's taking now, why are we even discussing MVP? Like, this team is going to be.
I think he can get 50, 40, 90 shooting those types of threes and will not win MVP this year.
Which drives
It's
me.
going to, I feel like it's going to Jokic.
Yeah,
Yep.
which all that drives me nuts.
Which Jokic is awesome.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, but I think there's also a lot of people mad that Jokic didn't get it last year. I would bet a lot of money on Jokic winning MVP this season.
Well, there's
And I
a place
think-
you can do that, Jacob.
There
not
is
going
a
to.
place, but they aren't a sponsor.
Hypothetical money.
None of them are
Hypothetical.
sponsors. I also think there's going to be some Luka votes as well that will take away from the votes Jay got last year.
I'm going to say 2.5.
There it is.
We didn't specifically say you couldn't do decimals.
Did not.
We just thought Taylor would be the first to do it.
I was told there would be no math.
I'm breaking the rules because it would
That
not.
is the 3 out of 5 that you didn't want.
Correct. Thank you, Nick. It would not surprise me at all if he does it, and it would not surprise me at all if he doesn't, because that's a ridiculously difficult feat.
50% chance, right? Either he does it or he doesn't.
Those are the two options. I'm not sure it's a 50% chance, but there is a equal breakdown of the options available to choose from. Yes.
That's how math works.
All right.
Statistics, Holmes.
Next one. The Thunder are a top 5 offensive team in the NBA. They're currently 5th in offensive rating, behind the Nuggets, Rockets, Knicks, and Celtics. They are 0.8 points per game offensive rating, better than the Los Angeles Lakers. Suck at Luka Doncic. The Thunder end the season a top 5 offensive team in the NBA. What is your confidence meter?
Trying to remember where they ended last season. But
That's
I'd probably go
Good
3.
question.
Probably go 3. I mean, again, we're going to have to see what this team looks like for a quote unquote extended stretch without iHeart. But ultimately, I don't think it matters when you have the caliber of players on this team at Thunder too.
I'd go 3 also. I think I agree with Taylor there. I think the shooting's going to improve. You would hope that with guys like Jada being inserted back into the lineup and getting his legs under him again, that'll help the offense in general. He's a great offensive player.
I think the shooting lately being better is a big reason why they've shot up that high in offensive rating.
Shout out Isaiah Joe.
Shout out Isaiah Joe.
They are 40%, number 3 in the league at 3-point percentage over the last 10. That means anything to you?
They finished 3rd last year
in offensive rating.
Yes, behind the Cavs and the Celtics.
For some reason, that's higher than I remember.
Can I present something interesting?
No.
Well, I'm going to.
Next confidence meter question.
I think it's interesting. The Thunder's 3-point percentage this season is like middle of the pack. Like overall in the season, like 14th. Last 5, they're 2nd at 41.4. Last 10, they're 6th at 38.6. Like that would suggest that they're trending in the right direction, shooting the ball, and eye test would definitely back that up. However,
hey, just curious, where are you getting those stats at?
An app I use.
Okay, I have on the NBA on NBA.com.
Very specific.
I have the last 10. They're at 40.2%, 3rd in the league. So that's interesting. I wonder why there's a discrepancy there.
What app? What site?
I'm on NBA.com.
They usually don't update till later. You may have one game missing, or maybe my app does. One of the two. Like. Anyways,
yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean?
Next on the web.
Anyways,
the NBA stats dark.
But the app that he's using is ChatGPT.
No, it's not. But Silva already learned that lesson. Offensive rating on the season, according to mine, is 4th at 120.4. Last 5 and last 10, they're 7th at between 121 and 122 offensive rating. So what's interesting is what the data says is 3-point shooting is getting better. Offensive rating is getting worse with time.
Interesting.
So I don't know what that means, but that is something. So with that said, I'm going to go 3, not 4.
I like it.
I can see that because I think the Thunder tend to the coaching staff, the organization never admits this because they have their own, obviously, stats that show like what a open 3 is, what a good 3 is, etc. But it seems to me that the Thunder are settling for more 3-point attempts, whether they're open, whether they're good shots or not. I think they should be driving to the rim more. And I think we saw a lot more of that earlier on in the season than now when they have a little more confidence. They're hitting shots from deep.
With way less statistical backup, I was going to say something similar in that it seems like they've been the shooting has been really hot lately. I think it'll come down to earth a little bit, like we saw. Hopefully, not as bad as what we saw in the playoffs, but Isaiah Joe's not going to be as much of a flamethrower for the next 60 games as he has been up to this point, I think. But I think that's okay. Just like last season, you don't need to have this team doesn't have to have a top 5 offense.
Be cool if they did.
Be neat if they did. Wouldn't hate it.
Confidence meter. OKC gets 3 guys on the all defensive team this season.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Nick says 1 and
Yeah.
Silva says 4.
I'm at 2. I think 3 is aggressive, especially with J-Dub missing as much
Correct.
time as he has.
I think I'm with Nick. I think I
And
say 1.
Caruso's not going to get the minutes, the shine that he needs to be able to get there.
The Thunder will be, during their dynasty run, a team that had 4, 5, 6 All-NBA caliber defender or all defensive caliber defenders that never got more than 1 or 2 because of B to A first 60 games of the season, and then
games played.
Yep.
no one's shooting for
That's
awards.
fair. Very fair.
Do they have 3 guys that are absolutely worthy? Yeah,
Yes.
4 out of 4.
If we're ranking best defenders in the NBA, yeah.
I think Dort will get it again. I think Chet will get it. Dub hasn't. Dub won't play enough games. Caruso won't play enough minutes. Kaysen and Hart are interesting ones to me.
Hart
They
may
are.
not get games played now.
That's true. That is.
Kaysen, I
a
think
fair point.
Depoy, like all awards are narrative award. It's gonna take Kaysen not getting it and being called a snub, and then have this whole
Yeah.
arc next year
Yep.
of him getting it. Like it's not you generally don't just make it the first year.
Right. Or
I asked.
Lou Dort getting hurt, Kaysen steps in, and there's this huge narrative about how Kaysen's the lockdown defender and the best opposing player.
I did this one last time. I'm doing it again to see where you guys are at. The OKC Thunder break the Warriors, tie or break the Warriors' regular season win record at 73. Where's your confidence at?
1.
1.
I'm more at a 2, 2.5.
2.5.
I'm at a 2. A 2.
Wow.
We haven't, since you
I'm
asked
at
the question, we haven't lost another game.
In using the evidence we have, I'm going 3. I haven't
That's
made
good,
any
though.
confidence votes yet. They're
And they
20
haven't
and 1.
Yeah.
Pretty good basketball team.
Very good basketball team.
They're incredible.
Last one, confidence meter. The Oklahoma City Thunder get a top 6 pick in the draft.
Wacky.
It's so stupid that that's a real topic. The Clippers are bad.
2.75.
Crossing the middle there.
2.
I'd probably go 2.
I think I'm saying 1. It just even though
It can't happen, right?
exactly.
Right.
That's
I'm
what I
going.
keep
I'm
coming
going to
back to.
3, guys.
Oh my God.
Hey, listen to me. We are Harden going up for a rebound and stepping on someone's foot away from the Clippers being like the 3rd worst team
Wow.
in the league.
That's true.
I mean, that
I
is
think I saw something crazy. I need to pull the stat up, but I think Kawhi, his first 2 games back, had an insane amount of points, was basically 50, 40, 90, and the Clippers still lost both games. Yikes.
Yikes.
They're not good.
No,
They're
they're
not good.
Defense ain't great.
what is
It's
something
brutal.
Like that happened in pro sports.
What's going to happen when they get the Utah pick and the Philly pick both in the lottery as well? They just end with 3 lottery picks. What do they do?
In a stacked draft.
You can't make 3 lottery picks this year, dude.
They'll consolidate.
You
I
can't
was
take
gonna
pick
say, I
number
think they
10 and
trade
just
up.
say hey, enjoy the G League, buddy. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's an insane.
Cam Boozer's going to look great in Thunder Blue.
Earlier, Jacob said, "I'm talking
Ridiculous.
myself into the shit."
Yeah, that was
Right.
maybe the dumbest text I've ever read.
Nick, you
Wow.
know that's like
Niffin.
tongue in cheek.
I don't know if it was. I think you were watching film and you were like,
Absolutely.
Nick's yeah.
that's like saying this time last year. You know what? I'm starting to really, really like the idea of Cooper Flag in OKC. I'm sure you. I'm
Jacob's
sure you
getting into college basketball. I'm
Is
proud of him.
Is Boozer going to go 3rd, do we think?
2nd or 3rd, I think.
You can trade up for him.
Gosh.
When you get
Maybe.
pick 5, 9, and 12,
Yeah.
go get number 3.
There's barriers, man. It's not that easy, I don't think.
It's a crazy draft.
But I'm glad you're talking yourself into Cam Boozer, a generational player.
I didn't know he was that
Caleb
big. He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Like 6'10".
He's kind of
6'10", 250. He's almost
kind
like
of a
Steven
he's
Adams
big.
sized.
he's kind of a more stiff, like if Paolo and Cooper Flag fused and he was a little bit less like juiced with the athleticism and like quick twitch, but way more fundamental and actually does things that win games.
That sounds like a Thunder player.
No,
does.
dude, Cam Boozer is like, there's a gaping hole on this team for a big,
Stiff and
strong forward to play next to Chet long term. Like he is the player.
Oh
The beefy 4 you've always wanted. Nick.
Is Justin planking?
to fill that gaping hole.
I'm crying.
All right, let's finish the night up. I want to do a Tankathon spin, but I know that Nick
You're
has
sicko.
a hot take in the group chat question for us for the night.
Not a super hot one this week. Just more of a thought provoking group chat topic. That's been.
Do y'all think aliens are real?
I'll do a 4 on my confidence meter.
I think that just life in general, like you don't realize. Let me finish before you start.
It's too late.
You don't realize you're in the good old days until you're past them and you look back at those are the good old days. Like I was just thinking today, it used to be a yearly thing to go to Vegas and get the ice cream donut things and go to the Paradise Cantina.
Milky buns. Thank you very much.
And like now that's like life is changing and like we haven't done it in a little bit or I haven't at least done it in a little bit. And like, I don't know if we're going to do it this next season or the season after.
We'll do it if they draft Cam Boozer.
For sure.
Deal.
Anyways, like in the moment, you're just like, we do this every year. You don't realize it's the good days till it's beyond. I think the same is true with like historically good sports teams where a lot of the appeal and hype around them doesn't happen until it's past. Like the 96 Bulls, Justin and Jacob were around. The other 3 of us were not.
Wow.
In
We were
the
around. We were just-
in the moment, like I'm sure it was like, wow, this team is awesome and they're about to win another championship and this is amazing. But they probably didn't have the same lore that they do now as the 96 Bulls. Same with the Warriors. Like they were awesome. But in the moment, it was just like, God, these guys are annoying. They kill everybody. Now it's like, oh, they're the 73-win Warriors or the Dynasty Warriors. So my question or thing I'd like to bring up
Your
for
take.
discussion. Are we underappreciating what we're podcasting about right this second? Like, should we be doing a lot more like real thought about just how like lucky we are to cover this particular basketball team? Or are we not going to realize it till 10 years from now when they're like the next dynasty?
I think we even could try to rationalize it now, but I don't think it really sets in until the future. But yes, Nick, we're witnessing historically great basketball in the second, third smallest market in the NBA. That's like elite level good. That just flat out should not be happening. Like
with sustainability.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. I think somebody else on another podcast at some point said it. I think it was our buddy Dan on Hardwood Knocks said this. I was listening to him the other day. I think we're entering like, I know it's way too early to say this, but the trajectory, we're entering like early 2000s Spurs basketball.
Oh yeah,
this Thunder team.
And they had a similar streak of luck with like an injection of youth talent, with Tim Duncan after the Robinson, and they just kept drafting well. They got, the Ginobili, the Tony Parker, and so on and so forth. That's the same. It is the same thing here. And I agree with you. We probably are underappreciating it. I think for me, I'm a little afraid to like label this era until I see how many championships come of it. I think that's
agreed.
Like I've already labeled last year as one of the most special years I will experience as a probably maybe the most special year I'll ever experience as a sports fan. But like in terms of this being I'm not using the dynasty word yet. Obviously, it's just a little too early for that. But it's like that we're heading in that general direction.
The trajectory. And I think some of that comes from the team that we cover. Sam Presti, this organization, how they handle things, obviously, right? But I also think you can take it a step further. And like, even as Thunder fans, we appreciate it more than most. But I think the same accounts that are tweeting out, SGA, free throw merchant, etc., 10 years from now are going to be the same accounts, or those same type of people are going to be tweeting out, can you believe what we witnessed? SGA's pure scoring, the best score we've seen in the league. And
I hope you're right. I worry that people, like fans across the NBA, are not going to respect SGA. Like, I don't remember. Did we hate the Warriors this much?
Well, see, I was going to bring that up. So but I still don't think, and I've realized it more since the Thunder have won a championship. That's just being a human.
Yeah.
But I don't think we've appreciated how incredible Steph Curry has been, or even LeBron's longevity. Like, as much as LeBron annoys me, like, those are two things I think we'll look back on and be like, wow, how special and incredible was that for this league. And I think, and I hope that just general NBA and basketball fans will do the same for this team.
Nostalgia is a hell of a drug. And when all the kids who are 10 years old right now are 25, they're going to be reminiscing about that Thunder team they watched when they were first becoming an NBA fan.
Mm-hmm.
And Smoot just put it in the chat. It's what happened. Like, it happened with Kobe. The legend of Kobe wasn't what it is today.
No.
Before he died. And like, the last 5 years has been, I think, a dramatic shift in how people talked about Kobe, felt about Kobe, thought about Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
As for right now, I do think it is hard. I think you guys summed it up well. It's difficult to fully appreciate it in the moment, even if you try. And I think that's where I'm at, is like, I don't think I'm underappreciating it at all. That any given night you can sit down and expect the Thunder to win, and you're to win the game, and you'll probably be right.
They're going to be favored in every single game this season.
That doesn't happen as a sports fan, right?
No. I think,
and having gone through the bad, and having gone through bad with other sports teams that I'm a fan of, like, it does make you appreciate how rare it is that this doesn't come around. Even Silva, you said it well, of just last season. Forget what comes next. It's still incredible. And it's still one of those moments that we'll be talking about 20 years from now, of that first championship run. Hopefully first and not only.
Yeah. I'm excited to see, as I think back to some of those other great teams that sustained for years, I'm excited to see how teams try to mimic building like the Thunder. And I'm excited to see what teams do to, like, okay, that's the team we have to get through. Who do we get at the trade deadline? Who do we target over the summer that gets us over that Thunder bump we got to get through, either in the finals or in the Western Conference playoffs? I'm excited to see what that looks like too. Like, they are now running the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And how our team's going to respond to that. That, I think that's freaking awesome. And that's going to be so much fun for us to talk about, like, 10 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I thought of when Nick started off his hot take of the week. Was Andy Bernard from The Office.
There was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. Someone should write a song about that.
Well,
And
now
Just
that
lost money for the night.
now that we've just been copyright infringed for
It was on YouTube. It's cool.
yeah.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah. So two things for me.
Welcome back to YouTube jail, buddy. Another 6 months
two
in the
things
can.
for me. I grew up a player fan, not a team fan, and
That tracks.
I was Shaq, and then I was D Wade, and I think there's something kind of like special and cool about being a young surface level understander of the game. Like watching D Wade in like 05, 06 winning a title was like, this dude is like Superman. Like he is insane. Now being on the toxic app that X.com is,
Oh, so bad.
it's like, does everyone remember when D Wade shot 19 free throws a game in the finals? And that was such a, like, I think that's something to remember here, that like the people that are on X talking about basketball are the people that are in the weeds and like really just bad people in a lot of ways. I think that like largely when we like, right, like it seems like every day there's something new to bash on the Thunder, why they're not great, or the schedule's tough, or the schedule's easy, whatever it is. There's always something. But I think largely like the community that appreciates and follows basketball will still look back on this Thunder team the same way that we look back at the other historic franchises. Like it's not going to be this, like we're not going to look back in 10 years. People aren't going to be saying Shai foul merchant. Like it just, that's the discourse on this little app for the people that are toxic. That's not the discourse, I think, for the larger basketball community. That's one, as we think back like 10 years from now. Two, I think that I have grown a little bit numb. Not that it's underappreciating, but like numb to like greatness in some ways. And not that the Thunder is the greatest team ever, but like The Athletic, I think it was, came out with an article that was like, I forget who, if it was a poll or a quote from somebody like pretty prestigious, that was like, the Thunder are the best set up franchise in all of sports. I read it and it was like an afterthought. It was like, yeah, they probably are. And then I didn't actually like think about it again until I'm talking right now. But that's like insane to think about. Like,
Yeah.
I think I'm just like 20-1 is cool. And we're all sitting here like talking like 20-1. Oh, it's awesome.
Fifth
Dude,
team ever in the history of the NBA.
Is stupid.
Yeah.
Like why are we not like talking about how insane that is? It's because this team has been insane for
We're used
a
to
year
it.
plus now, and
Expectations.
It's nuts, dude. It's so nuts.
Yep.
It is insane. And I think you hit on it, that you get, I don't want to use the word numb either, but there's not really a better adjective for it, because when we're podcasting about it, if we just sat here every show and said, yep, the Thunder are the best team of all time, they should win the championship and probably have a chance to win the next 10, like that wouldn't make for interesting conversation. So you almost have to invent things to talk about. And I think that's what happens on Twitter a lot, is that's not going to get the interactions. That's not going to get the clicks. That's not going to get the podcast downloads or the monetization that you're hoping for, because it's boring. People don't want to engage with boring. It's boring to say the Thunder are dominant and will probably continue to be dominant for the foreseeable future. It's a lot more interesting to point out why they'll fail, why they're frauds, why they're getting away with hacking everybody, why Shai's a free throw merchant, all of that.
And the NBA promotes that, because why would it be interesting to watch their product if the Thunder are just going to sweep the league?
Yep.
It's good stuff.
It is.
Really
Well
good
done,
stuff.
Nick.
Good job, Nick.
Yep.
Scared me a bit at first.
I had to set the stage a little bit.
Also, I think it's important to remember, like, I don't know, Sam Presti. Like, this is going to look a lot different when he's gone. So pray that he loves his job and wants to stay there till he dies.
Well, and I think all you have to do is take a quick glance around the league and see how quick things can change. And I think that will keep you in the moment for sure. Is think of being a Mavs fan in the last 12 months.
No, thank you. Oh my gosh, did you see that Clippers Muse tweet today?
No.
Oh my gosh, hold on. While I'm pulling it up real quick, I had two thoughts. Number one, when Nick was talking about being numb, I have one of those Theraguns, and I'll use it like on my neck, like up near my head.
You're not supposed to do that.
Whenever I do that, it makes my foot go numb.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it says on the box.
Stop doing that. Stop doing that.
Not for nerves. For
Also, is Centel Woj's burner?
No.
No.
And we will do a spin before we log off.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, here's this Clippers Muse tweet. I'm just gonna read it. I'm not gonna say all the words they said. But this is when was this tweeted? Today at noon or at midnight. I don't know. 12:11 a.m. Is that right after midnight?
Yes.
Okay. This is after they lost to Dallas yesterday. LA Clippers Muse said, "My life is so effing trash. This dog poop team isn't even top 5 of my concerns right now. My problems in no particular order. The new job I got, which I prayed and cried for, effing sucks. I got to commute over an hour to work every day. The girl I somehow love unconditionally just so happens to be the absolute worst effing person in the world. 4, she also might have cancer.
What?
5, I have to get up at 4:30 every morning for work starting in December, but I can't go to bed before 10:30 without having an effing panic attack. 6, I currently have a grade 1 shoulder strain. I shouldn't laugh at this. 7, untreated mental illness. 8, family drama. 9, I live in effing Wisconsin."
And now we're about to share our screen and do a Tankathon.
The last one got me the most.
I love it.
I live in
Oh my
Wisconsin.
goodness.
This
That guy
is for Clippers Muse.
So good.
This spin is for Clippers. Muse.
Prayers up for Clippers Muse.
Here we go.
Wow.
The Clippers just gave the Thunder the number 2 overall pick in the draft.
Second pick, baby.
Thunder got pick 2, pick 9. I have an ad, so I think it's pick 14 or 15 from Philly.
And shall we remember the Thunder's history? Picking number 2 overall is pretty damn good.
Yeah, not bad.
Couple
Checks out.
of
Only
7-footers
twice, right?
that are
KD
yeah,
and Chet.
yeah.
Sorry, Clippers Muse. He just gave us the number 2 pick in the draft.
Have there always been this many ads on?
Oh, that's
Come on,
great.
Colby.
Yeah, I think so. Cam Boozer, come on down, buddy.
What the hell are your ads, bro?
How many?
I have no clue.
Glaze cream.
It's listening to my phone, I think.
Christmas.
All right.
Presents.
I think it's time for us to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the Uncontested. We will be back Thursday night, so be on the lookout for that. I hope you guys enjoy the beginning of your December. Smoot tells me to get ad blocker.
Someone recommend Jacob a good ad block.
The podcast funds will pay for that.
They're free, dude.
Yes.
The podcast funds will pay for that. I don't know what else to say. Please pray for the guy that runs the Clippers Muse account. He needs it. Also pray for the woman that he loves and that she does not have cancer.
Yes.
And that he can move out of Wisconsin. Yep. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you Thursday. Until then, and as always, Thunder up.